And now, ladies and gentlemen,
Put your thumbs up and say it's Tickety Boo.
Tickety Boo.
Tickety Boo, Tickety Boo, everything's Tickety Boo.
Tickety Boo, son. Tickety Boo.
Tickety Boo.
Hello and welcome to Tickety Boo. I'm Andy and I'm here with Iona and Anne, and this episode's about timing, right place, right moment, and how much of life seems to work like that, whether we like it or not, because we spend a lot of time thinking we're behind or something's not happening quickly enough, when really things might just be unfolding in their own time. Do you feel like we all carry these unspoken timelines in our minds? Like there's a version of life that's supposed to be happening to me right now, and if it isn't, something is wrong. Have you been in that place in life?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Or I thought I would have my stuff together by a certain age. Awful
no
me.
wonder you're laughing.
Have you got it together yet? Or is it
Still figuring it out, still winging it. I think when we have boundaries, we have expectations around that. We're trying to plan. We're actually trying to control. And we have these imaginary goalposts that we're aiming for by a set age. I must have accomplished this, or this is what my life will look like. But we don't, like, control is an illusion. We don't have control. And the more we try to control and force, the less it actually happens and unfolds. And what's been coming up in the last couple of episodes is, it's that piece. It's finding the fulfillment and accepting and going with the flow. But that doesn't mean like sitting on the sofa waiting for life to come to you, because that's not going to happen. I tried that too. It's about, we've got to take forward action. We've got to participate, but going with the flow and perfect timing, because sometimes we can be in a job we're not that happy with and we don't even know where we're going to go. And then suddenly we turn around and a year later we're like, oh my gosh, look how much my life has changed. But we couldn't have necessarily planned that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think, Anne?
Yeah, 100%. I'm living that as we speak.
Really?
Yes, totally. This time last year, my life looked completely different. And I basically just gave it up, and I was just like, okay, I'm giving it up to timing. I'm giving it up to whatever else is out there. Just take it from me. I'm not going to try to control it, like you were saying. I want to have that control, because I was forcing things, and I just kept coming up against speed bumps, roadblocks, and I just wasn't where I thought I would be, and I couldn't understand why. And then once I eventually just gave it up and let go of that control and thought, okay, I'll see what comes my way, and it just opened up to me. It was wonderful.
So that sounds ideally what we really want our listeners to get a grasp on. So this moment when you decided to just let go and see where it goes, I imagine that was probably a little bit uncomfortable to do that.
I would say the lead up to it was more uncomfortable than the actual
the moment.
Because that is more relief and freeing. And okay, I've accepted it now, that I'm not where I thought I would be, and my life isn't going.
So when you did that, did it feel like, were you sort of sitting there impatiently, like waiting for what felt like forever, or did things start to shift in a reasonably short amount of time?
Short amount of time.
Really?
Yeah.
So as soon as you let go?
As soon as I let go and accepted where I was at the time. Yeah. Then...
So you were open to opportunity?
I was definitely open to opportunity, and I wasn't just open to it, I was actively, when I was having conversations with people, rather than trying to hide the fact that I wasn't where I thought I would be and try to pretend that, oh no, everything's good, I'm fine, and saying, do you know, actually, I'm a bit lost now, I'm not where I thought I would be, and I don't know where I'm going. Yeah. Those conversations then started to...
Because we expect life to give us everything now, don't we?
Yeah.
Well, or it's not even that. Sometimes we do all of the right things. We go get the education, we go get the job, we follow this unconscious blueprint of doing life right, but you end up in this cul-de-sac going, I feel like I'm definitely not where I should be, and the thought of staying here really makes me feel quite crap.
because things are out of your control.
Yeah.
You can go and get the degree and the qualifications, but there's no guarantee that the jobs are going to be there for you when you leave.
That's so true.
Yeah, so
That is so true. This culture, I think, of today where we value fast results, fast relationships, fast success, and that can happen.
Yeah.
But I don't think you should take that as that is the norm. I think the thing that I found is fast success and fast relationships and fast results normally aren't long lived.
Yeah.
You've got to.
They burn out quickly.
They
or,
do. You've got to put skin in the game and do the miles, do the. You can't skip doing the hours, and it's those that stay consistent and keep moving forwards when belief. Because when things take longer than normal, we don't think it's normal. We think there's something wrong with us. Like I bet in some kind of way, even though you were in this like. This is off, this doesn't feel right. All along at a lower level, part of you going, I need to be somewhere else. This is not me.
yeah, I knew that.
Yeah.
There's just like a feeling, isn't there, underneath where you think,
Yeah.
there's something else. It's just not. It's not sitting right. Like
Yeah.
it didn't come as natural as I
Yeah.
thought it was going to.
I think if you don't listen to that, that turns into pressure.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
It's
pressure turns
such
into-
an unease.
Oh,
and the whole
anxious.
peace thing.
Yes, the peace.
Yeah, the peace is gone.
Yeah, I think if we can acknowledge that feeling and not necessarily have to fix it or come up with solutions and go, I hear you, and then start to shift our thinking about, okay, we now know this is not forever.
And it's a time to change direction because perhaps our listeners have had these thoughts. I'm behind.
Yeah.
I missed my chance.
Yeah.
I should have done that thing X amount of times, or I should have gone in that direction. There's no such thing as being left behind. Like now is the time to start and to follow be curious.
Yeah.
I think that's the big one, isn't it? Curiosity's been coming up a few times for
It
this
has.
recently, hasn't it?
Even thinking there's no such thing as really making a bad decision.
No, there's
Because you do find that it comes round again.
no decision's a bad decision.
Yeah, exactly. You find you have a moment where you think, oh, that
Yeah.
actually has helped me in this moment in time. What I thought was I made the wrong choice there. I shouldn't have done that.
I think the trap we fall into is like this upward comparison.
Yeah.
Where we'll look at other people around us.
toxic.
Comparisonitis.
Yeah, who are, we deem to be doing better than us. And then we feel like we're getting left behind because it's hard not to compare, isn't it? We do it. And in my other business, I did this. I looked at other people that were chapters ahead of me and I tried to sprint to catch them up. And actually what I ended up doing was forcing my direction of travel. Didn't allow myself to embrace and enjoy. And actually, when I got to what I deemed to be the same chapter as them, I didn't like how it felt and where I was because it wasn't my chapter. I was trying to read their book.
So did you have tunnel vision? Like, that's what I'm aiming for, so this is what I'm
Kind
going
of.
to do?
Yeah, kind of.
But that time that you've missed by speeding ahead, you've missed out on so many valuable lessons that you could have been learning along those.
I was they were just, I was like, blinkers on, straight forwards. Now, when I started out with peace of mind and the therapy business, I knew
I remember.
I knew I wanted to do it. But what I did was I just started and I didn't obsess about the outcome. I just obsessed about the process of just doing and learning and developing. Like never in my wildest dreams did I think, I'd have a really successful therapy business, a podcast, a training college, a training business. It was just like, let's go on this journey, enjoy it and learn. And all these other bits have just fell into place. I think if I'd set out to intentionally do what I've done, I don't think it would be as good as it is today. It's almost like the universe needs to pull me or allow me just to gravitate in the right direction because I wasn't looking at anyone else and I wasn't trying to be. I wasn't looking and going, oh, they're absolutely smashing life. I want that.
Well, so there were no speed bumps, and as Anne said, you had speed bumps in the way and getting knocked in a different direction. Whereas if we can look at those, I believe those are nudges, letting you know that actually you're heading in the wrong direction. Actually, the thing you should be doing is like over there. Just look. It's almost like the universe is just gently trying to nudge you over there, and sometimes not so gently.
I did pivot in a wrong direction. It was like I was way off the path.
It was a lesson, not a wrong direction.
I just felt it, and my whole body was like screaming at me the whole time. I just knew it was like, you're way off path. You're way off course. Like, let's bring you back over here. And it was listening to that and like just sort of giving myself the permission to say, okay, you have sort of gone off course, and give yourself the time. Take the time that you need
so do you
to get
think,
back on again.
Weirdly, your body, through feelings,
100%.
was telling you before your thoughts could even clearly speak to you?
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
I'm so glad you asked her that. Yeah,
Because there's not a shadow of doubt that my body was, I could feel it inside me. Everything was screaming at me, and I knew from the feeling in my head exactly what it was telling me.
And the lesson in that is that you know how it shouldn't feel, because when I'm on doing the wrong thing or the thing that doesn't like me up, I feel awful, and you'll know how you feel. Like for our listeners, it might be different. Like, where do you feel it in your body? What happens when you're in those uncomfortable situations that you know are just wrong, compared to when you're in a situation where you know it's right and it's easy and peaceful and. It doesn't mean it's not going to be hard work. That's not what we mean by easy.
Yeah.
Easy means it's like, oh yeah, like I want to keep going with this. It's like we're flowing with the river as opposed to trying to paddle
upstream. It's a hardness
upstream.
that you can handle and you can hold. Like it's
That's
not
so true.
it's like,
it's more than a feeling, isn't it?
Yeah.
It starts with a feeling. But I think now we're at a space in life we go, this feels right. When someone comes for an opportunity or conversation, like, you and because you now listen to that where that feeling that you were talking about where it's off and it didn't feel good.
I feel we should have that song playing now, Hooked on a Feeling.
Hooked on a feeling, or more than a feeling, that old feeling would either, unhealthy coping mechanisms of food or alcohol or overworking to try and run away from that feeling rather than actually listening to it. It doesn't mean anything's wrong. It's just part of you's asking you to do a course correction.
Yeah.
And I think the difference with me was I gave myself the permission to
do
take
that.
the time,
To take the time to figure that out.
Figure it out, yes, rather than try and avoid it at all costs.
So that's really interesting. So I think a lot of people fall into the trap of, okay, I hear the message. I need to decide to do something and what that thing is now.
But that's really difficult as well, because you meet friends and people acquaintances, and they say, oh, how's everything going? What's going on? And you kind of have to admit that actually...
Shite.
I'm not. Like I actually don't know. Like
shit show.
So that's really it's letting your guard down and showing your vulnerability
rather than going, I'm figuring some stuff out at the moment. I'm not quite there. I'm working through it, and allowing you to work. Getting your unconscious mind to it will go and help you. If you just get out of your own way.
Exactly.
That's the biggest issue, we get in our own way. And I think the key thing is for people listening to this is realize that everyone's timeline is different. I think I was quite late to the party with this in terms of age and where I am in life. Some people just figure this out really early. Great. Some people take a bit longer. It's not a race, and neither is wrong, because life doesn't run on just one schedule, does it?
No.
25, I was fumbling around in the dark, making so many mistakes. And I'll be honest, most of my figuring out has probably happened in the last 4 years.
See, each decade gets better.
Late 40s, So, in my 30s and my early 40s, I was still limbering up and warming up.
It's also about your life circumstances as well, because having young children, timing is everything.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing now if my children were still really small, because I was in the trenches, like, with them.
Very reactive.
Yeah, I was very much needed. Now they're getting that little bit older. I have the time
Yeah.
and to take opportunities that are coming up now. Which
So there's compromise there. But, you know the phase you're in. I think some people get trapped in that phase, though, don't they? They go like, well, time's passed me by now. There's no opportunity there. I know you work with a lot of females that can struggle maybe coming back.
Yeah.
Maybe they've had really successful careers or skills and they've been and done the whole mum, family type thing, and then their identity gets a little bit
and it's
lost.
wanting to sometimes, because we're talking about when something doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
But also there's people, and a lot of the people I've worked with already have a successful business. They've done the thing. They've created the company, the organization, whatever it is, the product. But then they're like, oh, this actually isn't fulfilling. This isn't what I thought it would be.
Yeah.
And do they carry on? Or one of their biggest fears is also then to be seen to appear that they're failing, but they're not. They're just switching. They're trying to figure something else out because, they're in the second part of their life.
Yeah.
And that's also really, really important to consider as well.
Totally.
It's like you were saying about putting the time in, though, being time served.
Yeah.
At what point do you know, no, this really isn't right for me? Or I'm just jumping off too early because I don't want to do the hard stuff. Like, I don't want to take the time to build the thing.
Yeah, I mean, I need to be careful sort of how I say this. We get so much up in our heads about not doing things and not going off in directions because we tell ourselves stories about I'm not clever enough, smart enough, ready enough. Imposter syndrome can be part of that, good enough, whatever it is. There are people out there right now that are not as good as you, young as you, fit as you, healthy as you, intelligent as you, whatever you it is, and they're doing much better than you.
Yeah.
And the difference between you and them is they just don't get into that narrative and they just embrace uncertainty, give themselves permission to go out and suck and fail and get it wrong and let go of rigid plans.
Yeah.
That's why they've moved ahead.
Do they trust themselves more then to be able to handle what
Or
comes
do
their
that?
way?
Some people just don't care.
They don't care. Yeah.
They don't care because most of us are conforming to an invisible audience that are watching us.
And everybody else is actually doing their own thing. Nobody's watching.
Totally. And we've got to move to this position of embracing uncertainty, but also embracing acceptance. And then change can come off the back of it. I am where I am, but that doesn't mean I need to stay here. I can move forwards, but I need to stop getting frustrated. And just realise things need to change, because when you're in this state of frustration and distress and you're fighting the feeling, the answers aren't able to come through.
No. Yeah. The noise is too loud. The despair, you're just panicking.
Yeah, like in that
loud,
moment, that trapper you talked about, you were like, oh!
Yeah.
And then not long afterwards, you were completely relieved.
Yeah.
And you actually you hadn't really done anything. Like,
no, I'd accepted and let go,
Yeah, it's like you didn't need to work it out in the moment. You just needed to get out of your own way and allow the stuff that's for you or meant for you come in.
Yeah. And also with that as well, sometimes it can kind of feel okay and I'll just carry on as I am. But in order to have that fulfilling and meaningful life that we've talked about recently in our episodes, sometimes we just need to let go of good to have better. And there's nothing wrong with wanting better.
Well, it all makes sense in hindsight, doesn't it? Like now you can look back and go, oh God, yeah. Like in the moment, we don't have that ability. But you can now see the bigger picture. At the time it looked a complete mess, and now it looks like a plan. It's a well executed plan.
Like I'd known what I was doing all along.
Yeah, it was like if you went to the bank and it was a business plan, it'd just be scribbles all over the page going, what's that? Oh, that's my timeline. It's all over the place. But in reality, you didn't choose that.
No.
My question is to you, would you change it?
No.
Yeah.
I would not change where I am now.
Yeah.
No, not.
So
And that's the growth, isn't it?
are we saying embrace the chaos of it? Or the uncertainty of it?
Be curious.
Yeah.
Embrace the uncertainty.
So, or are we saying that it's meant to feel off at times because that's part of you trying to give you that course correction?
Yeah. And I think what helped me as well was just having a bit of faith.
Yeah.
That no matter what, there is no real bad choices. It will work out okay.
Yeah.
You'll be okay. Really, you will be okay at the end of the day.
It'll figure itself out. Yeah, totally. I think most of us spend way too much time thinking we're late or we've missed out on something, but maybe nothing's gone wrong. Maybe it's just not your time yet, but you will have your time. Timing doesn't always feel right, but it usually makes sense eventually. Everything you're going through and where you currently are taking you, if you get out your own way, to where you're meant to be. Is that
Yes.
a fair point? And if you take nothing else from this episode, let it unfold, because generally it will sort itself out. You've just got to get out of your own way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Brilliant. As always, we really appreciate you watching and listening to these episodes of Tickety Boo, and we look forward to catching up with you in the next episode.
If you or someone close to you needs to access mental health support, please contact your GP, or if it's out with normal office hours, get in touch with NHS 24 on 111. Alternatively, contact the Samaritans on 116 123. All calls are free of charge from any phone. You can also find more support information on the Tickety Boo website, ticketyboopodcast.co.uk.